Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am so incredibly excited you're joining me today because we have a genuinely fascinating topic to dig into. Now, usually when we talk about getting the best results from large language models, or LLMs, we're totally focused on prompt engineering, right? But today, we're looking at something totally different. We're going to see how modern Java is no longer just about making clean stylistic choices. It's actually a literal measurable cost saver for AI coding. I promise you, by the time we wrap up, you are going to look at your code base entirely differently. Okay, let's dive right into this. Have you ever actually thought about the raw cost of your coding style? When we're working with AI assistants, we are strictly bound by the context window, that limited amount of text the AI can process all at once. So, every single time you copy and paste a massive, super verbose file into a prompt just to ask a totally basic debugging question, you are burning precious context window space. You're effectively paying a premium, whether that's in actual API costs or just heavily degraded AI performance, literally just to feed the model a bunch of structural fluff.
Here is our quick roadmap for today. 1. The hidden token tax. 2. The classic POJO problem. 3. Lombok cuts the fat. 4. Records, the 19-by savior. 5. More token-saving features. And finally, 6. The bottom line.
Section 1. The hidden token tax. Paying for noise.
Now, developers are usually incredibly meticulous about trimming their system prompts, right? They remove extra words, they tighten up their instructions, they cut out all the fluff. But ironically, they almost always completely ignore the hidden token tax lurking right there in the actual code they're pasting into the prompt. Think about this concept of zero semantic weight. We're talking about elements in your code like braces, explicit getters, setters, boilerplate constructors. The thing is, these consume incredibly valuable LLM tokens, but they don't actually convey any unique logical meaning. When you're asking an LLM to hunt down, say, a null pointer exception, every single token it spends reading meaningless boilerplate is a token stolen from your actual conversation history, your stack traces, and the real logic space the AI needs to solve your problem.
Section 2. The classic POJO problem. Bloat by design. We really need to diagnose the origin of the problem here. Let's be honest with ourselves. Java has a pretty historic reputation for verbosity. It's maybe even caused a little carpal tunnel along the way. A classic plain old Java object, a POJO, with just 3 simple fields requires roughly 30 lines of code to implement properly. You got to have the field declarations, the constructor, the getters, the setters, the equals method, the hashcode method, and the toString method. It is a lot. Now just imagine pasting dozens of these 30-line classes into a single prompt to give the AI context on your data model. You can probably see how quickly this bloat absolutely bankrupts the AI's context window.
Section 3. Lombok cuts the fat, stripping out the ceremony.
Let's move to Lombok and see how this built, because Lombok was really the Java community's first major solution to stripping out all that unnecessary boilerplate. Contrast that bloated 30-line traditional POJO with all its explicit getters and setters against a Lombok class using the @data annotation. We've instantly gone from 30 lines down to just 7. Lombok generates all that boilerplate at compile time, meaning it never actually exists in your source file. So when you paste this 7-line version into an LLM, the model spends its token budget on the meaningful parts, like your actual field declarations, rather than reading a highly repetitive structural pattern it already understands perfectly well.
If you're going this route, there are a few essential token-saving Lombok annotations you really should know. @data handles your standard methods all in one shot. @builder replaces a hand-rolled builder pattern that would normally take 20 or more lines to write out. @value is your immutable counterpart to @data, and @required argument constructors generates constructors just for your final fields. Now, Lombok is a truly fantastic band-aid, but it's important to remember exactly why it's just a band-aid. The catch is that it requires an external dependency, and the LLM must actually understand what Lombok expands to in order to reason about your code correctly.
Section 4. Records. The 19-by savior.
And this brings us to the core of what we're talking about today. Starting in Java 16, the language provided a completely native answer to this exact boilerplate problem. Instead of a 30-line POJO, a Java record declaration is literally 1 line of code. And this brilliantly illustrates where the absolute magic happens for the AI tokenizer. Because the compiler natively handles the constructor, the accessors, and hashing, you completely eliminate dozens of curly braces, semicolons, and highly repetitive keywords like public, this, or returned. Every single one of those costs the token. You are given the LLM the exact same structural information, just in a fraction of the space.
The drop-off in token count is just absolutely striking when you look at it.
If we look at the standard token approximation for a three-field class, the traditional POJO consumes roughly 270 tokens. Lombok drops that down significantly to 30 tokens, but the Java record? Just 14 tokens.
19 times. I really want to emphasize the sheer magnitude of this number because it's huge. By stripping away all those syntax tokens and relying completely on Java's native language feature, going from a traditional POJO to a record reduces your token footprint 19 times over for the exact same semantic information. Let that sink in. That is a 19x savings every single time you paste a data model into ChatGPT or Claude. It's a real game changer.
Let's actually walk through this scaling math here, because it is honestly mind-blowing. If you have just one DTO, it's 270 tokens for a POJO versus 14 for a record. Okay, cool. But look what happens when your architecture scales up to just 15 DTOs. Pasting those POJOs will cost you over 4,000 tokens of pure ceremony. But if they're records, it's about 210 tokens. By simply using the modern language feature, you are recovering nearly 3,800 tokens on just 15 files. That is massive space you get back for providing the LLM with complex stack traces, deep business logic rules, and the actual debugging context you care about.
So why are records the absolute ultimate choice over something like Lombok? Well, for starters, there are 0 external dependencies, which means a cleaner pom.xml. And again, that's less noise for the LLM to read. Immutability is natively guaranteed by the language itself, not just by some developer convention. And honestly, most importantly, both your IDE and the LLMs understand records completely natively, without needing any annotation processing magic. It is just the most honest, clean way to represent immutable data transfer objects or value objects.
Section 5. More token-saving features. Stacking the savings.
Now, records are really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to saving space in modern Java. For instance, compare older, super verbose, explicit typing and clunky string concatenation against the modern var keyword, which was introduced in Java 10 for local type inference, combined with text blocks introduced in Java 15. Text blocks allow for multi-line strings without all the extra quotation marks and plus signs cluttering up the screen. You eliminate all those unnecessary concatenation gymnastics and repetitive type declarations, totally streamlining what the LLM actually has to read. Then you have older verbose switch statements, right? With their repetitive break keywords and manual casting for instance checks, they just take up a massive amount of vertical space. But with modern switch expressions from Java 14 and pattern matching for instance of from Java 16, those redundant casts and fall-throughs are completely stripped away. You are basically keeping the context window strictly focused on the actual business logic rather than the tedious mechanics of the language itself.
And hey, let's not forget sealed classes from Java 17. Instead of writing a traditional class with a wordy, multi-line comment essentially pleading with other developers, or the LLM for that matter, saying please do not extend this class anywhere else, you just simply define a sealed class. It provides a highly compact, super token-friendly way to describe a closed type hierarchy natively right there in the code itself, without ever having to rely on long-winded documentation.
Section 6. The bottom line. Code as a token budget.
So we've seen the evidence. The crucial point here is how we tie all of this together into an actionable strategy for your daily workflow. Basically, it's a 3-step operational imperative for AI-assisted coding. Step 1. Reach for records whenever you have immutable data. You absolutely want to capitalize on that 19x savings. Step 2. Use Lombok where records simply don't fit, like with mutable objects or JPA entities. Step 3. Fully embrace modern features like var, text blocks, and switch expressions to really shorten the rest of your code. I want to leave you with this really powerful quote from the source material. Less boilerplate isn't just easier on the developer's eyes. It's a direct saving on context window space and tokens when working with an LLM. That really hits the nail on the head. Modern Java syntax is no longer just some aesthetic preference. It is a highly practical, totally measurable cost-saving tool. Which naturally leads me to a final question for you to ponder. In the age of AI, where every single character you paste into a prompt has a literal, measurable cost in compute and context capability, is boilerplate code officially a bug? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this has inspired you to go back and maybe refactor some of that legacy code and truly embrace the modern token-saving power of Java records. Keep learning, keep optimizing, and I will see you next time.